everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into this review of Belle Collective. So we open up with Latrice and So Gucci going outside to have a conversation. So Gucci feeling a way about Latrice going with another agent and purchasing a building. Latrice is feeling a way because when she came to So Gucci event, she felt like she was shaded. So Gucci lets Latrice know she was in her feelings about her going with another agent to purchase a building. And Latrice chuckles, okay. So Gucci in her confessional say that all she needed was a conversation. And I agree with that. All Latrice had to do was let her know she was going with another agent because she has the right to do that. But the mistake So Gucci made was not making her sign a non-compete. So Gucci let her know that she was backed up a little bit on their friendship because she didn't feel like Latrice did her the right way. Latrice feels like she has the right to be angry, but doesn't have the right to be coming at her with the energy that she's coming at her with because she's a loyal friend and she's never done nothing malicious to her. So that's where So Gucci is coming from. You've never done nothing crazy to her. So she felt like she was owed a conversation if you decided to go with somebody else. And then in your confessionals, like you always do, you always shading her, talking about she wasn't on her job. Like, come on. So what is it, Latrice? Latrice in her confessional is saying, were we really friends? And she says she's not a snake, but Queen Cobra is got a nice ring to it. Child, I can't. Latrice said, if I consider you a friend, you get complete loyalty. And up until this point, she thought her and So Gucci had loyalty, but she see that there's no loyalty. And I'm like, why do you see that? Because you the one that did So Gucci wrong. So who the loyalty falls on? Is that you or is that So Gucci in your head? Girl. So she says her husband tells her when it comes to business and friendships, it's lonely at the top. It may be lonely at the top because you're destroying the friendships. Is it me? I mean, really. So Akeisha makes her way to Goddess Lymph to get her makeup done by Joshy. She says she's been getting her makeup done by him for 5 years. He said a couple of years, but okay, we ain't gonna debate that. Whatever. And she said she got a phone call from him and she didn't like how he sounded, so she needs to talk to him. Did she say cousin when she walked in? So we found out that her proposal for Ferris Street made it to the top 5 proposals. And if she get the approval, she will be the first woman developer. Now, somebody tell me down below, what does cousin mean when you greet somebody with cousin? Because I've never heard that term before. Because they're not related. They just met each other, I'm assuming. But anyway, he goes on to talk about how him living with Latrice and Zaddy, a.k.a. Cliff, that it's been difficult because now he sees more than what he used to see. And he does not like the way that Cliff treats Latrice. In his confessionals, Joshy says he's unsubscribing to Latrice and Cliff's marriage. He's moving the F back home, okay? So he lets Akeisha know that he went to talk to Latrice in the bedroom that she sleeps in because they're not sleeping in the same bedroom. And they were talking and Cliff was listening the whole time. So he talks about them going to the M bar and how Cliff was disrespectful to him. And Cliff waited for the cameras to be off to tell him, you ain't going to be disrespecting me. And you think you got a job now. I'm going to take care of that. And so Akeisha asked him, did Latrice say anything? He said Latrice said nothing. And so she told him, you need to have your plan A, B, C, D, E, G, and E, F, and all of that, okay? Because when it comes to Latrice and her marriage, she going to put her marriage first. So nobody wants to work somewhere and they feel like their job is hanging over their heads. So Latrice visits Letitia at Letitia Pearson Enterprises because she has a speaking engagement coming up and she knows that Letitia's a good public speaker. So she's looking to hire her to help her public speak. Girl, Letitia put her on the spot and the girl didn't know what to say. She was stuttering and pausing so much. That shit was hilarious. It's crazy because when she get up in the confessional, she sure have a lot to say. So talking about people comes easy to her. But motivating people, that's a problem. So Latrice suggests that she has an outline so she can have speaking points. and that will help her move along in her speech. Latrice said she was a very shy girl when she was young, but as an older woman, she felt like she needs to tell women her story. So Letitia asks about Cliff. So Latrice says she feels like she's in a whirlwind. So she asks Letitia about her moving to an apartment, but what keeps her there with Glenn. Letitia says that it's fear that keeps her there because Glenn is not going to let her move on in peace. And that we're going to see another side of Glendale that we never seen before. So Latrice said, do you think our husbands act this way because, basically we're successful? Letitia says these are traditional men who's not used to the modern women going out, making their own money, doing their own thing. They want women to be at home, barefoot and pregnant. She ain't say that. I'm saying that, okay? They talk about Tamara Cherie, and they talking about, Letitia says that she's feeling away because when Letitia let out that she didn't want to be in a group text with Akeisha, Tamara said that she must have misunderstood. And Letitia ain't appreciate that because she know what she heard. So she was like, Tamara Cherie and Tamara, they having conflict, child. I can't. But they consider her a liar, and she's getting tired of her. So Tamara and Marie meet after So Gucci's event because she felt like there was some tension, and she wanted to know if it was for her or Latrice. Basically, Marie straight out and came out and told her, listen, a lot of people think you be lying. Why do you think people think you be lying? Tamara said, I don't know. She said she don't pay a lot of things any mind, but her reputation is based on character and integrity. So she gets in her confessional and says she have a rapport with her people, unlike Marie. Why you ain't say that to her face, though? So they go into this text group and include Nakisha. At the end of the day, Marie thinks Tamara is a liar and she's lying about her life. Tamara wants to put out this image of herself, and it makes her come across as a liar at the end of the day. She's not putting her whole truths out. And that's okay, but be honest about it. So some guy sent Marie a picture saying he want to clear his name with Tamara and her being proposed to, engaged to, this whole conversation. And she wants to know if her and Damon's relationship is fake. Child, it looked fake. It seems fake. All of the above. But I'm done talking about this shit. Next scene. So Latrice and Akeisha meets up at this playland. I can't remember the name they said. And Latrice is chasing her grandkids around, and she's out of breath, child. So they sit down to talk, and Akeisha wants to know if she want to have children. And she said, right now she don't have children. She got a lot going on. And Akeisha said, you always going to have something going on. Is it that you don't want to have kids with your husband? She said, no, it's not that. It's me. And then Akeisha goes into talking about how Joshie was talking about their business. And Latrice says she ain't appreciate that. Like, he's part of her friend circle and her business shouldn't be going no further than them. And I agree with Latrice. It's no reason why Akeisha is coming back talking to her about their business. So she says she has to talk to Josh. I totally agree with that. You talking to him in confidence, but he's telling other people and they coming back with it. And who else they tell? You know what I mean? So anyway, she feels like, her and Joshie and her husband got into it. Joshie said some disrespectful things. Her husband said some disrespectful things. But she says she has to talk to Joshie because boundaries have been crossed. Friendship boundaries and work boundaries. So they have this scene between Tamara and Damon. It's a date night. Because of their opposite schedules, she says she had to make time to go. They have to make time to go on date night. So she talks about, them doing a podcast at the job. And Damon wants to know, will that take away more time from them being together? Tamara thing is, Damon bribed her into moving in with him. Said he had a ring. But Tamara, you grown. If you had standards, you need a ring before you move in with a man. Why would you move in with him? I'm just saying. So this scene to me was short, quick, and staged. And that's all I got to say about this scene. So we got Marie, Letitia, and So Gucci meeting at a place where Marie is signing uh, a lease for Letitia to get an apartment so that Glenn can have no access to it. So Gucci said she's doing the right thing by going behind his back. Actually, she's not going behind his back because she did tell him she's looking for a place. So it's not going behind his back. But okay. So they talk about Latrice having a lot to say about So Gucci not producing. And Marie brings up a good point. She was like, unless she was lying and flexing, saying that you helped her with all her properties. Ooh, child. Gucci didn't confirm it because just as they was getting ready to finish the conversation, here comes Glenn busting through the door. Everybody got scared and started running to the back. So we found out that Glenn got a tracker on Letitia and he's been recording her conversations. Child, he said that Letitia won't tell him nothing. So how else is he supposed to find out? Child, it's the invasion of privacy for me, okay? So Letitia takes Glenn outside. But before that, him and Marie was going back and forth. And Glenn said he know more about Marie and Letitia than they think he know. What? So Marie asks him to leave. Letitia goes back in the house. We found out that she's scared to leave Glenn. She gets in her confessional, said this is a man facing abandonment issues. Child, I can't. So Letitia says she's afraid of removing herself and Josh with what he's going through. So my thing is, Letitia, don't involve your friends. Don't get Marie to be signing for apartments for you or condos for you, and you still gonna stay with this man. Like, don't talk a good game. Be about the good game. If you gonna be with your husband, be with your husband. If you need more time, because when you're dealing with crazy, you kind of gotta take some time and strategize. I get that. But don't get your friends involved because it could get dangerous. So Letitia says that they're going to have to do something else because this is not going to be a new beginning for her. So I guess the plan was for Marie to sign for this apartment for her and he wouldn't know where she lives type of thing. That's just my assumption of it. So she tells Toguchi to double up on her commission or whatever, but they got to do something else. Marie says she feels really bad for Letitia and that she needs to leave Glenn. And she hoped Glenn gets the message. Child, I can't. This was just too much. I don't even know. Like, Glenn is turning out to be another Martell. The beginnings of a Martell, okay? Anyway, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.